Welcome back to Creativerse. All right. Well, I tell you what, I have got something pretty cool today. And yes, that would explain why I've got block phasers in my farm. Yeah. Found out something very cool. Now, one of the things about farming, especially if you want to maintain a large stock of stuff, because, like, for example, all these sandwiches and the soups, and there's other things as well, that it takes up a fair amount of stuff. Like, for example, I have recently doubled my wheat production down to up to 4 fields of wheat instead of just 2 that I had before, because you go through a lot of wheat making all of the different kinds of bread that you then use in sandwiches and so on. And yeah, so I decided to double my wheat production, which means, of course, right now I'm not growing melons at all, but I'm going to be expanding the farm, so that's not an issue. And besides, I think I have a good number of melons right now anyway. Yeah. Anyway, what did I discover? Well, I saw a video by a guy, I think his channel name was Helping Me or something like that, and he showed something involving the use of block phasers on a farm. And I can demonstrate it right here because it's set up on this plot of turnips right here. So if I go over here to the switch and I turn this on, block phasers come on, and now let's get out the handy dandy power gauntlet thingy here and harvest up this farm. Just this one plot. And I know, but trust me, this is worth it. This is definitely worth watching and waiting for what's going to happen next, because I found this to be so cool. You see, the thing about farming is that if you want to keep the and here's a tip, by the way, if you farm, the best thing you can do to save yourself a lot of time is immediately after harvesting, and I do mean immediately, as in don't start harvesting until you have seed in your inventory on your hotbar ready to go. As soon as you finish the harvest, you immediately replant the field. The reason for that is that way you don't have to retill. If you harvest the field and then wait before maybe you decide to go off and have an adventure or go mining or go work on some build or whatever, then over time these tilled plots will revert back to dirt, and you don't want that. And so by replanting immediately, it stays tilled. And so what? Like, for example, here, this is grown wheat. It is past being ripe, but it's still planted. So that means that ground is going to stay tilled. So there's a time saver for you right there. Like, for example, and why would I want to do this? It takes 4 seconds to till 1 block of dirt. This plot is 10 by 10. That's 100 plots of dirt. At 4 seconds each, that's 400 seconds. Now you divide that by 60 and you're going to get about 6.5 or more minutes. A little over 6.5 minutes. That's a hefty amount of time. That if you let this whole thing go all the way back to dirt, you're going to have to till the whole thing before you go to plant it again, which is going to discourage you from wanting to do it, I'm sure. Now, let's turn the block phasers off. Look at here. The entire part of the field. Now, you notice that the block phasers only reach 8 blocks. So there's 2 rows out here that didn't have this happen. But looky here. Seeds. Already planted. Yeah. When I set the block phasers up, I set them up to be looking to pick up seeds. And then just before I harvest, I turn them on. Now, my theory about what's happening is that they reach out there and they do what they're programmed to do. they grab seeds. And in this case, they're grabbing the seed right out of the ripe plant. And then you harvest the plant, turn the block phasers off, and it puts the seed back where it found them on that plot. Bang. Instant automatic replanting. Yeah. So I'm going to do something here. I am going to, well, first of all, I'm going to tear up this dirt. And I'm going to replace it just with more flooring, because I'm going to rearrange how I'm doing my farm. I have got an idea here. I'm going to rearrange the farm, and I'm going to use this idea on the whole farm. Okay, so now it's a 10 by 8, 10 wide, 8 long. Block phasers handle the replanting now. Don't need to mess with it. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and harvest this plot right here, and I'm going to turn it into a 10 by 8. And in fact, I'm going to set these 2 rows up to be plantable as well. And then I'll be back. All right, got the thing all prepped and ready. Got seeds planted on it and everything. Let's get busy here. All right, so I plant down a block phaser. And then all I need to do is, I need to rotate that sucker like so. And now with the rotation set and copied, put down several more all along here. And I'll throw a switch over here on the wall. Now I'll go back here to the beginning of this particular section, which is right here. And I highlight that, hit N to interact. You see right here, this is what the block phaser can see, wheat seeds. So I'm going to turn off the can interact, and I'm going to select the wheat seeds. Something a little goofy about the selection thing there. Alright, get it all highlighted, hit save. Go back here and do the same thing on all of these. So basically they're all programmed. What they're going to pick up is seeds, and I didn't want that to start happening right now. That is liable to mess up what I'm doing, because I need these things to be looking at seeds, not seedlings, not any form of crop or anything like that. So I'm going to try to blitz through this real quick like. Okay, they're all done. All of the block phasers are now set to look for wheat seeds. And you can see here by the effect here that they're all covering all of the freshly planted wheat seeds. All right, now I am going to select this, the switch, which is currently in the off position. You can see that on the little HUD that shows up over the glove. And I am going to left click here, and then I'm going to come over here and hold shift and hit left click there, and here, and here, and so on for each machine. And then I'm going to go over here. Alright, it grabbed up all the seeds. Turn it off. It should put them all back. Bingo. There we are. Alright, now all I need to do is to wait for that field to be ready to harvest. Alright, wheat crop just got to ripe status. Alright, so that's pretty much the whole thing right there. Go ahead and turn the block phasers on. And then I'm ready to harvest. Just pull these suckers up. And bang. All I have to do is turn these things off and the replant is automatically taken care of. Not bad. Technology for the win, folks. Yeah. All right. That's pretty much the whole thing that I had here. Was I wanted to show this off. This guy came up with a really cool, awesome thing, and I wanted to show it off a little bit, as well as get it implemented in my own farm. And I'm going to be expanding this. I currently have enough arc stones to be able to make another 64 block phasers, plus the 8 that I have left currently on me. And who knows, I might even be tempted if I'm not getting mob drops fast enough. Okay, let's turn this back off. Bang. Now how about that for the easy button? Okay, now let's see. Not bad. 99 plus 88. And no replanting time. That, I think, is extremely cool. Like I said, I'm going to be upgrading my farm with this as much as possible, and once I use up all the block phasers that I have and can make, I'm going to be harvesting from the pets, the pet keepers, and the mob farm, and any keepers and chests that I find out in the world and whatnot, to come up with enough arc stones to make enough block phasers to completely block phaser this entire farm and expand it. Yeah, this is so totally going to happen. In the meanwhile, I do have one other thing. After this episode, I am going to be putting this series kind of on a partial hiatus. It is not going to end. I am not stopping Creativerse. Don't get that idea in your head, because it ain't so. What I am going to do is back it off to maybe 1 or 2 episodes a week, because the reason for this is I wish to focus on a series that I am wanting to bring to a conclusion. I currently have 3 modded Minecraft series going. That is too many. Found that out the hard way. And so I'm going to be focusing initially on primarily the videos on this channel are going to be Hermitcraft, TFC Modcraft, and I'll sprinkle in an occasional Creativerse when I've got what I want to do with the others taken care of first. And once Modcraft is brought to a conclusion, I'll probably be doing something similar with FTB Insanity. Once that map is completed, I'll be able to look at restructuring what I'm doing and so on, which will, in one way or another, include more Creativerse. In the meantime, that's what's going on, and that's what I got here. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.